This particular copy of The Shattering, Prelude to Cataclysm by Christie is the 2011 Pocketbook's first paperback edition. There are 7 total editions of this book, including the first 2 I've commented about, which is the 2010 hardback edition that's written in English, the 2011 paperback edition, which is also in English, as well as the 2010 Spanish and French translations, the 2011 ebook, as well as the 2011 Korean translation. Based on the biggest mass multiplayer online game, World of Warcraft, Christie Golden's book, The Shattering, centers its focus around the character of Thrall, who is the savior of Azeroth and the war chief of the Horde. It is Thrall who is attempting to communicate and restore the natural elements of the world from their pain and despondence, which is caused by the rebirth of the original Earthwater, the dragon aspect Neltharion, otherwise known as Deathwing the Destroyer. The Shattering became Christie Golden's second New York bestseller, on the back of Arthas, Rise of the Lich King, which was critically acclaimed and her first, as well as Blizzard Entertainment's first New York bestseller. Due to Christie Golden's input, as well as influence over the World of Warcraft lore, and also collaboration with Chris Metzen, the World of Warcraft game creator, this book was highly received and actually received very little criticism due to the lore being very accurate. So as you can see, this paperback has a cover, also has a spine, which binds the book and keeps it together. It has a body, but there's also quite a few specialized pages within this body. So some of the main pages within the body include a prologue, 32 total chapters within the book, as well as an epilogue. There are also other specialized pages within the book, such as an epigraph, right at the beginning, first page, a dedication page. There's also an acknowledgements page. Within the book, we also see figures. We have this figure here, which is the map of Nargrand. We also have another figure on the following page, which is the map of the Dwarven capital city Ironforge. Further down, we also have these plates. First one is of Thrall and of Garrosh. We have another one there of Magni Bronzebeard and Anduin Wrynn looking on. We also have Garrosh Hellscream, who has just slain Cairn Bloodhoof, and followed by the Stormwind and Alliance leader, Varian Wrynn. And lastly, within the book, we have a page with the notes, which has to do with the book itself, as well as a little bit to do with the World of Warcraft series. So in relation to the ownership and use of the book, as you can see, it's in pretty good condition overall. There are a few things, just like the dog ears on both parts of the cover, which is due to my storage of the book as I would take it in my bag. I wasn't too careful, obviously, putting it in there. There's also a little bit, I don't know if you can see it, but there's some just stress marks on the spine, obviously, from opening the book, which is what you do when you read it, so that's pretty obvious. There's also just a little bit of wear and tear around the bottom of the cover and all around the sides as well, which is from general use. The pages, though, are very, very clean. They're very good. I don't annotate my books. I don't write on my books, as I really like to keep my books 100% intact if I can. Yes, in relation to the reader experience, I am very, very much into the World of Warcraft game, which is the mass multiplayer online game that came out in 2004. Due to that I really got into the lore, which is Warcraft's version of the storyline. Just the backstories about characters, about races, about places, and all of the ongoings of the storyline itself. So this was one of those things that, as soon as I knew that the books were released, I was very much excited to pick them up. This particular book, though, has a lot of meaning to me. The reason why is because it centers around my favorite character in the book by the name of Thrall, who is the war chief of the Horde, and also the savior of Azeroth. He's quite a pivotal character. The other main thing as well is this book touches on a race which isn't mentioned or spoken on very heavily in other books. So the Tauren race is a bull-like race. I have a big fascination for them, and this is one of the first books, as I said, that actually mentions the Tauren race in quite a good amount of detail, and also specifically Cairn and Bane Bloodhoof, which are the leaders of the Taurens. I've personally read this book around about maybe 3 times in total. I've read it twice completely through, and sort of once or twice in bits and pieces, so I'd justify that as 3, and my wife's actually read this book once as well. I actually bought this book from the Borders store in Parramatta. It's where I bought most of my Warcraft books. Unfortunately, Borders is no longer open for business, which is a shame. But otherwise, most of my other Warcraft books I've purchased have come from online sources like Fish Pond and places like that, or even eBay.